All right, y'all. Here's my ramble for the day. Um, this knife, man, I can't keep it out of my pocket. I bought me a new one of these in stainless steel, new case trapper. This is the one that I picked up from the pawn shop for 30 bucks. With these blades already patinaed. It's got the old CV steel. If you look right here, I'll show you real quick. I'll cut myself. You barely can see it. CV, it's got the old CV steel. But I bought this one, and I can't keep it out of my pocket, man. I just love this thing so much. I bought a new one in stainless steel, but it's nice as well. It's really nice. It's got the blue Mediterranean handles, which I'll make a video about it. But this one, man, I don't know what it is. I think I've kind of figured out why. This is why I'm kind of rambling on this stuff, because it's been going over my brain a couple times on why I keep wanting to carry this one and not the, I don't want to carry the new one. I try to carry the new one, and then I keep going right back to this one. And part of me just feels like, I guess it's that patina. It's the old CV steel. This thing's made real nice. It's got a nice back spring to it. That thing's real strong. You can, both blades snap real good. Real good. They both pop out. They make you feel real secure when they pop out, even though, you don't desperately need a lot. Because if you're cutting it the right way, you don't need to even worry about it. But it does make you feel a little bit more secure when it pops out like that. And it's not so soft. It pops out real nice, but it's even better when it clicks back. Feels like you're gonna snap your fingertip off almost. But yeah, man, I've been really digging this thing, and I can't keep it out of my pocket. I don't know what it is. I think part of it too, man, is these blades all worn down like this, or they done used it. Like somebody who had this before me was using it, sharpening it, and using it, right? And I think there's just something to that, man, because like, I used to do the modern knives, and I've switched over to these traditional knives, and the best thing I ever did was I used to carry a traditional knife and a modern knife. And what I did was, you end up using the modern knife way more than you will these traditional knives. It's just simple. It's just fact. It's like it's got a pocket knife. It's got a pocket clip on it. It's it's quick to get out your pocket, so that's what you end up using first. But then it gets kind of boring, so I've kind of gone back to these traditionals where it's pretty interesting to me to have a good time with these. But what I did was, instead of carrying both, I took out the regular modern day pocket knife and just carried this, and realized this is all I need. These two blades right here is even too much for me sometimes. It's just, I really just need the one blade, but having the two blades is nice on the trapper. But yeah, man, I think a lot of part of it too is, this knife was made when I was probably 10. I think I was around that age, around 10, 12. But that was right when I was getting into knives and stuff, and I was into knives from a very young age. But I got into these traditional knives for a little bit too when I was young, because everybody gets one or two from their grandpa, and it sets them off. Well, what happens, I get like grandpa's knife, and being young, and you end up losing it because you're a dumb kid. But yeah, man, but I want to show you the other reason why, because here's some knives that I gotten recently from my my great grandpa, basically. I'll show you these other knives. This is one of his knives. Let me show you. Here's all three of them. But one of them right here, this one is one of his old ones right here. I want to kind of show you all this. Obviously, this one has been used and abused. This is what the common trend is with these old knives, man. Is these old guys, they used them, man. They didn't do this new school stuff where this is the old Camillus. New York, USA. But this thing has been through. I mean, y'all look at this thing. Ain't got no. Oh, I'm dropping it. But man, what's so respectable about it, I guess, is that these dudes, these old guys back in the day, man, these men, they used these knives, man. They weren't scared. They didn't use no guided sharpener. They didn't have none of that. This guy used a grinder, a sanding wheel, a stone, anything he can get his hands on. Because these blades are worn down. You'll see that some of them, obviously, he used a grinder or something. But these blades are worn down, man. These things, what they did is they bought 1 or 2 knives and used them suckers. They didn't buy 50 of them, 100 of different types. They just bought a couple of them maybe and used one until it was gone. You can see that one's heavily worn down. And these things been sitting up, so they got all rust and patina on them. About dropped y'all there. Check out this other blade. My goodness. This thing all sharp all the way down to here. Yeah. That's one of those Stockmans. I think he preferred a Stockman because he got another Stockman right here. And you'll see this thing's been used and abused too. Look at this thing. The bolster's all crooked. It's an old buck Stockman. I don't even know what model it is. But they didn't care about, I don't think they cared too much about quality control sometimes because he just used this thing to death. This thing doesn't look like it was ever perfect. Oh, it's a buck 303. There you go. But you can tell this blade has been, like, you can see a little grind mark where the wheel done made a squiggly on it. I mean, look how, you know, as a guy, me myself, is coming from the modern knives. I use the guided sharpener. I use the work sharp, and I got perfect edges on it, and they're awesome. But I feel like there's just something respectable to something about a guy who just uses his knife. I mean, this edge looks atrocious right here. To somebody who's a guided sharpener, it's going to make a perfect edge on it. And don't get me wrong, all these blades are dull right now, but I bet you back in the day this joker was using them up. And it was razor sharp. I bet you he had a razor sharp all the time. Put it on the grinder, sharpen it right back up. I feel like we get too nitpicky nowadays. And look at this one. Oh man, it's like a sin in the knife world. Lost your tip, man. Gotta get a new knife. Nope. This man kept using it. And this last one I'll show y'all is the best one yet. This one, you can tell he really did not care at all. This was something, I'm gonna open this thing up. This thing's barely even together anymore. This thing's like super wiggly. What the heck? It's made in Pakistan, stainless Pakistan. And look at the grind marks on that sucker. He clearly did not care about this one. He used and abused this one for sure. This thing got hammer marks on the back. But I mean, it worked. He put it to work, it worked. Clearly. This thing looks like a prison shiv. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I think that's why I see these things and it's almost respectable how he used these things for work, and it makes me want to get one like this, you know, and just use it until, don't go buying a bunch of them, just use this one until the blades are gone, until the blades are down to toothpicks. You know, you still got plenty of blade on this thing. Some people look at that and be like, oh man, it's not brand new. Man, there's plenty of edge on there still. This thing's wicked sharp. I've had other videos showing how sharp I got this blade. I use this work sharpener right here. This is the modern day thing, you know. I got one of the whetstones, but you know, it is modern day, so why not use some diamond stones to speed up the process a little bit. But yeah, man. Digging it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What y'all been carrying. What y'all like.